Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MSNBC, my snarky news broadcasting channel. All of the news, none of the pants. I've been joined by my two wonderful co-hosts, Wren from Relations and Shitlords Anonymous.
Hey guys.
As well as Ishtar from her own Twitch streams, and, well, where she stars here, on Helpful Guildless, on MSNBC, and every once in a while, Army of Snarkness, whenever we decide to do it, where she plays Sarah.
Hi everyone, how's it going?
And of course, if I haven't said it already, my name is Antoine the Great. Welcome.
That's it, just welcome.
That's welcome.
Well, yeah, I did your two intros, so how's it going, ladies?
Good. How's it going with you?
It is going. It is going. Sorry we didn't do a show last week, but some things came up, as they usually do. Real life tends to suck every once in a while. So can't help but do anything with that.
I got my ears pierced last weekend.
Did
Nice.
I did.
And
This will
what?
be the third time that I've had my ears pierced because I keep forgetting to wear earrings and the holes close up.
Now I could have swore you told me you were going to get your nipples pierced, not your ears.
No, Antoine. I told you it was my ears. You were daydreaming again.
Oh, is that what it was? It must have been me talking to Mitzi and thinking about the wet t-shirt contest that we were going to be putting you in.
What wet t-shirt contest?
Mitzi was supposed to talk to you about that. Mitzi, you're not doing your job.
Nobody told me about a wet t-shirt contest.
Oh, well, speaking of the chat, since they are here to see us, let's say hello to
You
some
see how
people.
quickly he danced around that?
Yeah.
Mitzi was first, so she got to wait the longest. How's it going, Mitzi? Draconath is here. Pen is here. How's it going, Pen? One of the greatest trolls I know on Twitter. She's been causing trouble again over the last couple of days. Cinder Shadow, how's it going? Zar is here. Ben C, how's it going? Optimus Prime screams Godzilla, and then Zar screams for Dragon Ball Z. They are in the title, so we will be talking about them. Sort of. James Luck is here. How's it going, James? Ray Stone, Tom Leach. Yes, I am Antoine the Great. You've been calling me Antoine the Average. That is just a dark mark on you right there, Tom. I'm sorry.
Aw. Why are you being so mean to chat?
I'm allowed. Oh,
Let's be
God.
nice to chat.
I have inspired Ray to Photoshop. This is not good.
Yes, he has.
God.
It's never good when Ray wants to
Don't
Photoshop.
forget, Cat Twan is adorable. Cat Twan is always adorable.
So while we were doing some fun things this weekend, I do remember, while discussing with Mitzi about the wet t-shirt contest, Ishtar and I went to go see something.
Yeah, Sarah was busy, so you dragged me along.
I did.
And totally glad you did.
We went to go see Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Now, this is not why we're talking about Godzilla tonight, but I figured we might as well. It's an amazing movie. All of you, as soon as this show is over, go see it. Drop what you're doing, go pay money, go see it. And if you can, send some bucks Wren's way or my way, and we can get Wren to go see it too.
Yeah. It would take a little bit more for me to go see it, but yeah, drop.
So I do have a new donation goal for you all. It's to help me pay my bills and help me pay my co-hosts. So
Yes, please do help him pay his co-hosts.
I would think
Co-hosts like getting paid.
you'd more want me to pay my bills first.
That too.
All right. Well, let's not gild the lily any longer, shall we? Let's go ahead and start with. We started with Florida Man last time, so I say we're going to go with some cringe first.
Wait.
What?
I'm looking at the tags for the show. It
Yes.
says MSNBC,
Mhm.
Florida Man, cringe. There seems to be something missing here.
What?
What's missing?
Florida Man has a tag. Cringe has
You're
a tag.
You're talking about the hashtags.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the hashtags?
There's something missing from the hashtags.
It only shows the first 3. If you look in the
Uh-huh.
description, I have MSNBC, Florida Man, Cringe, and Sex Advice.
Yeah, see, still missing here.
No, it's not missing.
There is nothing about science or weird news.
No, there's not, because we've changed your articles. You're supposed to be giving sex advice.
You didn't tell me that. I'm not prepared for sex advice.
Why not?
Because I didn't know I was supposed to be giving sex advice.
Have you not been having it?
Well, I've been having a lot of it, but I didn't know that I was supposed to be giving instruction. I only have science and weird news articles.
So then we'll go with science and weird news.
You need to change the tags then.
Zol wants you to teach him.
Not a problem, Za. Relax, be yourself, toys are fun.
Well, I'm glad we got that.
Basics.
I'm glad we got that portion out of the way. I guess we don't have to go back to that.
Aww.
That's just the basics. I'll be more prepared next week.
All right, Wren. What do you have for us?
Also, Lube is your friend.
Well, since we want to make the, we can make you mentioned what t-shirt contests and when clothes get wet, some clothes get uncomfortable. So what would you say if a retailer was offering something they call the Jito?
Oh, you're gonna make me actually bring that up. God damn it, Wren.
Yes,
I
I
don't
am.
have it.
What?
Hold on, let me bring it up.
Blue jean swimming briefs for men.
This is
Oh
horrible.
God, that's gonna chafe so bad.
It's one of the worst ideas ever in the history of bad ideas.
It's actually $40.
It's $40 fucking dollars. No. That's
I know.
that's gonna be a no from me.
Why no? How much does someone have to pay to get you to wear it?
We're talking 5 figures. How's it going, Vin? Yaknomeno?
And
Look,
Hi.
wedgies are bad at the best of times. I don't want a wet jean Speedo wedgie.
That is redneck all over.
These things are worse than Daisy Dukes. I mean, look at them. Literally worse than Daisy Dukes, aside from the fact that they're for men.
this same website also has a one-piece bathing suit that's faux denim for women that resembles overalls. Sans the legs.
See, this is just a no.
Why no?
Do you want to wear a denim onesie?
It's just the worst idea ever.
I mean, denim does not breathe well, for one. You're going into a place. If you're at the lake or the beach, imagine going into the ocean where you get the sand or the sand and the salt drying. Excuse me, drying along with the jeans. Do you know how much chafing is going to be going on? It's going to be ridiculous.
So, any more uncomfortable than, say, a side chat book idea for you?
What? Oh God, what did you do?
I always find cringe books that you could read, that you might like, or the audience might like.
Oh God, it's a Riley Dennis book.
I saw that. God damn it.
You still need to finish off Lena
Yes.
fucking Denim, and then you've got goddamn
50 Shades of Grey.
yes, which you are on your own. I am not sticking
don't
around
forget-
to listen to you read that.
Don't forget, there's 50 Shades of Grey as told by Christian Grey's perspective.
No, I only need to read the one. Is this an erotic fantasy from Riley Dennis?
It's some kind of fantasy from Riley Dennis.
Oh
It's
God.
part of a trilogy.
Oh,
A trilogy?
God. So, when Jem and Oliver accidentally fall through a portal to another world just before their first year of high school, first year of high school?
This is pedophilia.
They're underage?
I think they were going for more of a fantasy feeling towards the book.
They quickly discover that all is not well. The first person they meet, a creepy old man named Atticus, that's a really weird way of spelling it, almost gets them killed by a ferocious, fire-breathing dragon. They're only narrowly saved when Sierra, a shy farm girl from a nearby town who secretly has a penis, uses illegal magic to help them escape, allowed to stay with her family while they try to figure out a way back home. Jem and Oliver begin to learn of magic and the regime that is oppressing it. It's 104,000 words.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
And there's 3 of them.
No, there doesn't need to be 3. There didn't need to be 1 of them. How's it going, Sweet Vale?
Hello.
Yes, Draconeth. A farm girl beats a dragon. You just sent me a Lena Dunham article. Oh, God. Alright.
Of course you did.
While I'm looking, do you want to read the little quips about this, or do you just want did you just want to torture people with the Hedo?
Do you want me to? That was a torture one. I have another quick one that's also bad fashion for men.
Why not?
Sure.
Let's suffer.
ASOS has decided that they're going to sell what they're calling boob tubes for men. It's tube tops for men, plus crop tops and a bunch of other stuff. For men.
I'm sorry, what?
ASOS is currently selling a number of crop tops and bamboo-style boob tubes, especially for men. This includes crop tanks, cropped sweatshirts, and even cropped t-shirts.
Why is this a thing? No man who is not a flaming homosexual is going to wear this garbage.
You wouldn't wear this?
No.
Not even the fishnetty ones?
No, look, I may be 50%, I may be 50% gay, but the 50% of me that is not gay would kick my ass for wearing this.
Oh, God. Not only are they for gay guys, they're for gay guys into BDSM.
Ray, I hate you. I hate you, Ray.
Oh, yeah. Look at some of those stylings, like the bright yellow shorts with the crop top that's in one of the tweets, or...
No. Look, this yellow one, the yellow one that they're showing, that's worn in the 80s. This is not new. This is stuff from the 80s. The men who wore these shirts in the 80s usually were bent over something getting railed from behind.
Probably high on something.
I don't know. This is horrible. Oh God. ASOS Menswear is now making so-called crop tops and tube tops for men. Cool with me. For years, men have been wearing some version of these, especially in boxing gyms and football practice fields. Why can't we wear them as casual wear? Because they're not casual wear for men. They are for working out. So yes, you can wear that crap working out because it allows your stomach to breathe. Other than that, this is ridiculous.
Are you judging other men's fashion choices?
Yes. I have picked clothes out for Ishtar. I have amazing...
He has excellent taste.
I have excellent taste, amazing fashion sense, and unfortunately, this abomination is horrible. Oh, thank you, Sweet Vale. She says she loved my video. I don't know what one she watched, but I'm glad she liked it. Alright, let's scrub our brain from that one. Let's try and learn something. Let's go with some science.
Oh, you can't you just imagine the men's the jeans speedo with one of those crop top shirts?
No! Why? Why would you? Why? That's horrible.
Wren, you're horrible.
So not only do you have faux jeans, salty, crotch rot ridden fucking wedgie, but now you have to wear a crop top as well.
Sweet Vale, darling, could you please add a name in front of your questions so that we know which one of us you're talking to? Because I'm fine. Wren is apparently choking to death on something, and Antoine's having a conniption fit. We just need you to be a little more specific
I'm sorry, my fashion sense has been offended. Not once, but twice already.
Well,
he's going poofy. He's going poofy.
Would you say that these are lethal fashions?
Yes, because someone's going to get shot.
Well, maybe they're the reason that some American tourists died suddenly from a mysterious illness in Fiji.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very nice segue. Good for
Thank you.
You're actually trying segues. I am very proud of you.
You're welcome. A husband and wife vacationing in Fiji died within days of each other from a mysterious illness, according to news reports. The Texas couple, Michelle and David Paul, arrived in Fiji around May 22nd, according to NBC News. Although the Pauls were in good health before leaving, they soon began experiencing odd symptoms, including vomiting, diarrhea, and numb hands, NBC reported.
They drank MMS, that's what it was.
Both husband and wife were initially treated at a local hospital before being released, but their condition grew worse, and on May 25th, Michelle Paul's family received the news that she had died. The family was also told that David Paul was in critical condition, and the hospital planned to transfer him to Australia for treatment, but he died before this could happen. According to the couple's family, there is some indication that the couple may have contracted some type of virus, ABC News reported. They knew something was going on in their bodies, Tracy Kalanog, Michelle Paul's sister-in-law, told ABC. Their deaths are being investigated by Fiji's Ministry of Health and Medical Services. Although they were provided medical treatment as standard of care, their illnesses progressively worsened, and despite best efforts, they died within a few days of each other, Fiji's Ministry of Health said in a statement. To help with the investigations, the U.S. CDC and said it will be testing specimens from the couple. I think they saw those horrible fashions and just died.
Well, you know what it could be?
What?
They're in Fiji. It's got a lot of water, beautiful beaches.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure it had something to do with jellyfish.
Possibly.
Now, there is a rumor about... there's a rumor that if you get stung by a jellyfish, you have someone pee on it and it makes it better. Now, we all know this is false. Or if you don't know this is false, you do now. Actually, the urea and everything in your urine actually makes the sting worse. So do not pee on your friend. It's probably not going to be... It's going to be very awkward afterwards, and it's not going to be good for your friendship. Unless it's that kind of friendship, and then go ahead and do your golden showers however you want. I think if they would have done what this Florida man did, they might have been saved. Possibly.
What did Florida man do?
Florida man arrested for covering sleeping girlfriend in ketchup. That's what you get, bitch.
Arrested for that? Really?
Ketchup?
Ketchup.
Why ketchup?
Well, you know, should I read and find out?
Yes, please.
You want? Okay. All right, I will read and we'll find out. A Florida man was arrested over the weekend after he allegedly covered his sleeping girlfriend in ketchup because he thought she was having an affair. Peter Wagman, does not have three names this time. Peter Wagman, 37, from Pinellas Park, was charged with domestic battery for pouring a large quantity of tomato sauce on his 41-year-old girlfriend after the couple had been in arguments over infidelity by the victim, according to the arrest affidavit.
Good night, Sweet Vale.
Good night, Sweet Vale.
Good night.
I'm glad you're enjoying the video. Wagman and the victim, who has not been named, had been in a relationship for roughly 11 years prior to the incident. Oh, Vin says, I think he misunderstood and thought she said condiments and not condoms. It is a possibility, Vin.
Why would she call the police on being covered in ketchup?
I don't know. We're going to continue to read and hopefully it will explain it. At around 4:45 a.m. local time on Sunday, the victim woke up to ketchup being poured on her by the defendant as the defendant was yelling, "That's what you get, bitch," police said. When authorities arrived on the scene, the victim was covered in ketchup. Gives a new meaning to being on the rag. Wagman denied all allegations and has pleaded not guilty. However, the booking officer confirmed that he had ketchup on the right side of his pants following the incident. Wagman was arrested more than an hour later at 6:05 a.m. He was released on Monday and was ordered not to contact his girlfriend. Investigators do not believe that mental health, drugs, or alcohol played a part in this case. Think of it this way. If he would have been on meth, he would have actually poured like pig's blood on her. If he would have been high on pot, he probably would have poured, slapped her with a cookie or something. So, not being in the right, being upset, wanting to ruin her clothes, possibly, you do something like pour ketchup all over it.
But still, why call the cops? He poured ketchup on you. That seems like a waste of the police's time.
They got an arrest out of it. They're meeting their quota. How's it going, Ferry? And Damn Alien, how's it going? Let's see, where was I? Wagman was arrested. Okay. Investigators do not believe that mental health, drugs, or alcohol played a part in this case. According to the Smoking Gun, Wagman and his girlfriend have both previously been arrested for acting out violently against each other. Excuse me. But their battery charges were later dropped. In April, Wagman's girlfriend was arrested again after she allegedly hit him during an argument at their house. See, that's what it was. During the argument, she hit him with a hot dog, so he retaliated with ketchup. It's going to continue. She's going to do something with mustard. He's going to then slap her with relish, and it's going to finish it all off in a big food fight. Newsweek reached out to Pinellas Park Police Department for comment and will update the story when we receive additional information. Pinellas Park, a city located in Pinellas County, has one of the highest crime rates. This has nothing to do with the rest of it. Alright, so, yeah. So, yeah, it's just a food fight.
They had a food fight, and the police got involved for some reason why.
Alright, I do have another quick one. And this one is very quick. And it has... the picture was sent to me by one of our fans. He's in the chat right now. He is the edgiest of edgy boys. So I don't know if this was actually a self-portrait of him. Or if he took a selfie and put it on here. What is the weirdest headline you have ever heard?
Weirdest?
Donald Trump wins election.
Ba-dum-bump.
You're welcome.
You've been waiting to say that one since 2016.
No, actually, I just kind of made it up because I couldn't come up with anything else.
I have to go with Chicago Cubs win World Series.
Well, those two are very tame. Very tame. Now, this one is rather long. Almost longer than the article itself. And I do want to preface this. When I went looking for it, the very first link was a radio show saying that this was not real. Other than that, I can't confirm that it's real or not, because one, I don't want to go looking to see if it's real, and two, I really don't want to know if this is real.
And 3, he couldn't be bothered to do research.
There's that too. Ray Stone, the weirdest one he said is that Yasser Arafat gives positive rating to barbecue joint in Tel Aviv. Oof. That one's topical. Alright, are you ready for this?
Let's go.
No, it's worth the build-up. Florida man bites his brother's penis off after he walks in on his brother having sex with his cousin on his favorite Dragon Ball Z blanket.
It was his favorite blankets.
That's completely reasonable.
Biting the man's penis off.
Yeah, I mean, it's your favorite blanket. You curl up with that shit, you nap under it, you drool on it while you're sleeping.
Apparently the
Yeah,
cousins bump uglies on it.
You don't want that kind of bodily fluid on your favorite blanket. It ruins it.
Now, my question, before we get into this, my question is it a male cousin or a female cousin? Because if it's a male cousin, there are other fluids that will end up on that blanket.
Exactly. Well, if it's a male cousin, it's even worse because then you do have other fluids that end up on the blanket, and then it's just gross, and you have to burn the blanket. I mean, either way, you have to burn that blanket now. And comfy blankets are hard to come by.
Especially if you get the ones that are fleece, you got to get just the right weight. Otherwise, you get too warm, or you're not warm enough.
We are missing the point of the fact that he bit his brother's penis off.
We're not missing the point. We're avoiding that point.
Oh, well, let me get you in on the point then. In a bizarre event that could have only happened in Florida, a man has bitten his brother's penis off after he found him having sex with his cousin on his favorite Dragon Ball Z blanket. It is still unknown what pissed him off, the incest or the fact that they did it on his favorite blanket. Or maybe both. We don't know for sure, and we might never know. What we do know is that what he did was extreme. Just a little bit. He was arrested yesterday and said that he regrets nothing, and this way it will never ever happen again. And he's kind of right about that.
It can't happen again.
Her cousin could only describe him as savage and she hopes he rots in prison. His brother was hospitalized with several injuries and he might never use his dick again because it was completely destroyed. Doctors are doing everything they can to reconstruct it. So, do you understand why I'm not sure if it's real or not?
It's weird, but it's Florida, so it's like, that could be true.
But they don't give names, and the gender is mixed up here. They're talking about him and then her cousin. Well, who's her? Which of the two brothers is the her?
It could have been a female cousin.
That's true. So yeah, there you go, folks. There's your DBZ from the Dragon Ball Z title in the video. Enjoy that. Enjoy that image. Two cousins bumping uglies on your favorite Dragon Ball Z blanket. Yeah, his hair made him look like a roach.
Yeah.
All right. Enlighten us, Wren. We need some cringe to wash our mouths out with that.
Did we? Have we not done science?
Yeah, we did science. It was the people Fiji.
Oh, the Fiji thing. That's right. All right. Let us go with the article that I wish that a certain tech person was in the chat for because this would hurt him. But there was a laptop that was intentionally loaded with malware that is sold for $1.345 million.
Why?
This laptop, a Samsung NC10 laptop, it was been dubbed the Persistence of Chaos, and by this one artist of Ju Wo Dong, Yes, that's what I know. And loaded with infamous ransomware viruses, including WannaCry, Black Energy, I Love You, My Doom, So Big, and Dark Tequila, and other very infamous, uh, very infamous malwares on purpose.
So it's like a who's who of malware.
Yes.
How do they get it to run long enough to upload more?
You can download them all
I
at once.
don't know.
Ali would like to know, Wren, if you are actually wearing a top,
Yes.
because she's getting a little heated in chat. She wants to know if she can see it.
Well, it's a dress. It's just a west like this. It looks like I'm not.
She's being titillating.
And comfy. This is one of my really comfy summer dresses. It's just the right fabric weight, so it's not too hot, not too cold. But yeah, this man apparently he included ransomware programs in there that actually were blamed for 95 billion in damages worldwide, and once shut down the Ukrainian power grid.
It's an art piece.
It's an art piece.
This hurts my soul.
Just stay away from it or you're going to get something. I mean, you are a cyber species.
Yeah, that laptop could actually really hurt you.
Yes, I don't need malware. It's bad enough that I downloaded something and suddenly I had elevator music playing in the background.
The girl from Ipanema.
Yes, I can't go anywhere near that computer because I would get computer AIDS. Alright. We're going through these articles rather quickly. Let's go ahead and go on to some science then, shall we?
Well, if you insist. Let's see. So, we've got 2 aliens, Godzilla, and ritual sacrifice.
Of course, ritual sacrifice.
Okay, we'll do that one then. Did the Maya really sacrifice their ballgame players? Imagine a crowd roaring as royalty take to the ball court, rubber ball in hand in a sport so spectacular it symbolized good versus evil. The ball game played by the Maya, Aztec, and neighboring cultures is famous for its ubiquity in Mesoamerica before interloping Europeans shut it down. But many mysteries and misconceptions continue to dog people's understanding of the game. For instance, did the winners or losers get sacrificed at the end of the game? And were the hoops on the ball courts treated like modern-day basketball nets? The answer to both questions is no. The players were most likely not sacrificed, and the ball wasn't meant to go through the hoop, although it likely happened from time to time, said Christoph Helmke, an associate professor at the Institute of Cross-Cultural and Regional Studies at the University of Copenhagen.
See, that just takes all of the fun out of it.
I know. It would have been really horrible if your best players were sacrificed all the time, said Helmke, who explained that the inner workings of the game to live science. What is the ball game? Archaeologists have pieced together information about the ball game from different sources. Excavations of historic ball courts, documents from the colonial period written either by Europeans or indigenous peoples who learned to write in English or Spanish, and from iconography. That is, indigenous glyphs depicting the game and its players. Even today, some Mesoamerican cultures play the ball game, although it's unclear how similar these games are to the ancient predecessor, Humke said. These various sources show that the ball game was widespread and extremely important in the pre-Columbian Americas, where it was played as far north as the American Southwest in Arizona and New Mexico.
Yeah?
Sorry.
It was also played throughout Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean, and even in northern South America in Colombia. Just like dialects, the rules likely varied in different places, Humke said. But the ball games had this in common. The sport was played on a capital I-shaped field known as a playing alley. Usually the playing alley was adobe or smooth polished plaster made from limestone. In other words, it would hurt if you fell on it, he said. The top and bottom of the eye marked the end zones where the players could score. On either side of the long alley were sloped terraces, which would help keep the ball in play if it landed outside the court. You can play the ball game without those sloping structures, but it's much more difficult because it just goes out of field, Helmke said. We've tried doing recreations of the game, he added. We found that the slope dictates how much the ball bounces. The more steeply angled the slope, the faster the pace of the game, the quicker the ball bounces back. The more obtuse the angle was, the more easygoing it is. The roughly 1,500 known ball courts vary in size. One at Chichen Itza in Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula is 316 feet long and 98 feet wide. But it's more of a showpiece, Humke said. You can't actually play in it because the distance is too great to return the ball without it bouncing on the ground. Most standard-sized ball courts are about 65 feet long or about 5 times shorter than a football field. The rules. The Dominican friar Diego Duran never saw the ballgame in person, but he interviewed indigenous elders about it. Based on Duran's writings about the game from the early 1570s, the Aztecs would have tried to keep the ball in constant motion. 2 teams would compete against each other, hitting the ball with their bodies, but not their hands or their feet. Mayan artwork shows ball players waiting to smack the ball with their hips, according to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. In other regions, players use wooden paddles to strike the ball. It's like a combination of soccer and baseball.
So it's kickball.
Soccer and like lacrosse, because they're almost.
Because you can't use your feet, though. But you want to keep the ball moving. Sometimes royalty would play, in some cases inviting leaders of neighboring polities to compete in a show of allegiance, Humke said. But regardless of whether royalty or regular athletes were on the playing alley, the games were heavily attended, with some people losing large sums, even their clothes, because they made big bets, Duran wrote. Everyone's going to bet on sports, even in the ancient days. In fact, the game served many purposes. For the Aztecs, it was seen as a sandlot sport for youth, a public game attended by spectators, a gladiatorial ritual in which prisoners might be killed, a reenactment of a cosmic conflict between the planets, and as a game the gods might play, according to a 1987 study in the Journal of Res Anthropology and Aesthetics.
Yes, this game was played in the movie El Dorado.
Yes, but they didn't do it correctly.
No, Ali, no, they bet their clothes, you thirsty bitch.
As for the hoops, which in El Dorado they showed being used as basketball hoops, Duran wrote that sometimes the ball would go through a hoop located in the alley's midpoint. If that happened, the whole game would stop, and the person who put the ball through the hoop would be hailed a victor, Helmke said. But he, Duran, didn't say what was the point of the game. He says that might happen once in a while, and that it was truly exceptional. Moreover, the vast majority of ball courts in the Maya area do not have hoops. Given how popular and well-attended the games were, sometimes a captive might be executed at the game, Helmke said. But these sacrifices weren't an integral part of the game. That person would have been expedited and executed anyway. Despite this, it's hard to shed the modern perception that ball game players were often sacrificed. Part of this misconception stems from the Popol Vuh, an epic that tells the creation myth of one of the Maya peoples. The Popol Vuh began as an oral tradition that was later written down by an indigenous leader, then recopied by Dominican friar Francisco Jimenez in the early 1700s.
No. I'm going to go with what Raystone said. It's Aztec Quidditch.
Aztec Quidditch.
Okay. In the Popol Vuh, which means Book of the People, underworld deities battle and use trickery to triumph in a ball game against humans, whom the deities then decapitate. Then the twin sons of one of the murdered heroes face off against the underworld deities, and this time the humans win and dismember the underworld lords. In addition to the association between the game and the gory Popol Vuh, this human sacrifice myth stems from artwork on some ball courts featuring skulls and bones. But the question is, are those references to the underworld in that mythical event, or are they supposed to be taken literally? I think it's an open question, Helmke said.
No, it makes this game so much better if they just start offing people.
And I apologize to anyone who actually speaks that language for my horrible butchering of the words.
Yeah, you butchered the shit out of that.
Yeah, I really did. It was pretty embarrassing. You'll forgive me later.
Will I now?
Yes. Yes, you will. Because I said you will.
That doesn't mean I'm going to.
Well, you have to sleep sometime.
This is true.
Yeah.
No, it's not Earthbound music you keep hearing. I am getting a text message. Sorry about that, folks.
Since when do cyber demons have cell phones?
It is the modern age.
He has to have a cell phone, otherwise there's no point in me taking pictures of myself.
Oh, point.
See? See? I need something. Alright, before we go to Florida Man, we can do this article that was sent to us. It's kind of a mix of cringe and a kind of, well, shit. Everyone remembers who Casey Anthony is, right?
Oh,
Yep.
that bitch.
Did you say no?
Yep.
You said yep.
No.
I said that bitch.
Yeah, okay. Casey Anthony could profit from the film she's making about daughter Kaylee's death, and she says it will include erotic footage.
Erotic footage while making a film about her daughter's death.
Well, you have to remember, she went out partying the night that her daughter died.
Oh, right.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Going all the way back to one of our first hosts, Moxley, his favourite word. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Casey Anthony is set to release a feature-length film about her life after the death of her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee. Anthony was accused of murdering the toddler in 2008 in an attempt to get out of parenting, also known as being the worst woman in the world. How's it going, Warayana? Warayana says MSNBC has been their favourite network for years, but doesn't remember Rachel Maddow looking as hot as my two co-hosts. So it's understandable. It's very confusing. But this MSNBC stands for My Snarky News Broadcasting Channel. How's it going, Ryder? Trey Lee, didn't see you. How's it going? Alright, despite a lengthy trial and an alleged cover-up, she was acquitted in 2011 in Orlando, Florida. Oh, kind of a Florida man story.
Kinda.
Except,
Vaguely.
except takes place in hell. Yes, this show does have better ratings. Thank you, Clever. Anthony told the Daily Mail that the film will be called As I Was Told and will chronicle life post-Kaylee. Anthony, who received much flack after partying heavily following her daughter's death. Oh, it wasn't that her daughter died when she was partying. It's after her daughter died, she decided to go get blitzed.
Yeah.
Explained that those moments will be featured in the film, as will moments from her murder trial. The 33-year-old, who lives in West Palm Beach, Florida, also promised that the film would feature erotic content and sex scenes and could premiere in 2020. All of you make sure to never go to the theaters on the days that it's there. Yes, I drank and carried on like nothing happened, because I had just killed my daughter, and I didn't want anyone to know. She didn't actually say that, I was adding it. She said of the days following her daughter's death, "The movie is called As I Was Told because I'd done what I was told to do. I had to put on a fake persona throughout those 31 days. That Kaylee's body was missing. Because I stuffed her in the closet and I didn't want people to find her."
Stop.
What?
Just read the article.
Read it.
All right. Anthony also revealed that the man who discovered the remains of her child's body in a trash bag in a wooded area of Florida advised Anthony to carry on as if everything was normal and deny knowledge of her daughter's death. The man also reportedly told Anthony that he would take care of it. "I should have taken rein and done what I had felt I should have done, no matter who it hurt," she said. "My life was in others' hands from the beginning to the end." Anthony said that she doesn't want to make money from the movie. Bullshit! I just feel my truth needs to be out of me. She told the outlet, I need to close the book. Here's the important question. Was she involved in the child's death? During her discussion with the outlet, Anthony insisted that she had no part in the child's death, as far as how she died. Hopefully, one day people will find it in their hearts to believe that I could never do this, she said, promising the low-budget film will show the tears and the turmoil that she insists she endured, as well as the anxiety and hardship after she was released. Regardless of what the media has depicted of me, I am not a monster, just a giant cow. She said, I just don't show my sadness, a thing that was taught to me as a young girl. Anthony insisted that she suffers on the inside, and has learned how to slap on a smile and cover her heartache. You know, like a sociopath. Through it all, I never once thought of suicide, because she's also a narcissistic sociopath. I am stronger than that. That is a coward's way out, and it is a sign of guilt to me. And then you can read more about it by clicking the link, which I will not be doing.
Yeah.
I hope this movie tanks harder than the Titanic.
It won't. Sadly, there are going to be people who go, I want to see what this bitch said just so they can write about it. I mean, the fact her family said they wouldn't use her for a babysitter now. Or the fact she threw her brother and her dad under the bus.
Trey wants to know when we're having Rachel Maddow on. I will be bringing Rachel Maddow on as soon as she can prove the Russian conspiracy. Oh, yes, and Casey Anthony did do a porno. She's been trying to do a lot of things to make money.
Because it's kind of hard for her to make money otherwise at a normal job, because who's going to hire her?
And, you know, we're talking about Casey Anthony, so speaking of absolute and utter shit, Florida man wouldn't flush. That's when the police got involved.
That is a perfectly reasonable reaction. Fucking flush the toilet.
This I don't know if it's a quick one, but we'll go through it. A Florida man was charged with battery after police were called by his angry roommate who said he refused to flush the toilet. Of course, there's more to tale than that. Well, because it's Florida, it's hot. It just does things to people. You're not wrong. And I want you to know, the person who wrote this article actually works for the Miami Herald, so they have a really, really good sense of humor. According to the Indian River County Sheriff's Department case report about a disturbance, deputies were called by Diana Griffin. The 58-year-old Vero Beach woman said her roommate, Trovon Jardin Patterson, 36, spit on her, in her hair, and in her face after she repeatedly told him to flush the toilet after he used the commode.
Yeah.
When Patterson started cursing at her, she told deputies she picked up a plunger and began swinging at Patterson to keep him away. You know, this is a really shitty situation to be in. Deputies found Patterson a short time later, several blocks away. His arrest record in Indian River lists an arrest on battery charges when he was accused of spitting on in his roommate's face over a dispute about a messy apartment in June 2018. According to the latest report, Patterson told deputies he spit on Griffin but did so only after she attacked him with a cooking pot. Deputies say Patterson showed them a small red area on his forehead where he said his roommate had hit him with the kitchen pot. But Griffin told deputies that the red mark happened when Patterson ran away from her, smack into a wall, as she wielded the plunger. Now, do you think she grabbed the plunger like it was the sword from the Lady in the Lake?
Possibly.
Since he doesn't flush, do you think it was like, you know, trying to get it down and then just That's why he was running from it.
I have no idea. I really don't want to picture it either.
Officers said they saw smeared spit on Griffin's hair, shoulder, and stomach. Patterson has to appear in court on June 18th on battery charges.
Ridiculousness.
You know what? Still a better love story than Twilight.
Not wrong.
Not wrong.
Trey Lee says that he found Casey Anthony on motherless.com.
Okay.
All right. Let's go from that shitty story to something a little bit better.
Whose turn is it?
It is cringe time.
All right. Well, let's go with one of the ones, the headline, or the headline, title for the show. Man weirded out that someone broke into his home just to clean it.
I'm sorry, what?
How dirty is your damn home that somebody has to break in to clean it? And can they come to my house? I'll just give them a key.
The house is clean. What are you talking about?
I know, but if they're doing it on a regular basis, that means we don't have to.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
This happened in Marlborough, Massachusetts. Whoever broke into a Massachusetts man's home last week didn't take a thing. They did, however, leave the house spotless. Nate Roman tells the Boston Globe that when he returned to his Marlborough home from work on May 15th, he could tell a stranger had been there. Nothing was missing, but the 44-year-old Roman noticed beds were made, rugs were vacuumed, toilets were scrubbed. They even crafted origami roses on the toilet paper rolls.
What? So not only did they clean this fucker's house, but they took time.
Yeah.
To make origami roses.
Yes.
Dude, don't complain. Next time, leave them a tip.
Yes, he called the experience weird and creepy. He did contact the police because, well, they did break in. Sergeant Daniel Campbell says that the department hasn't heard of similar episodes and that there are no suspects. Roman says he may have left his back door unlocked and thinks perhaps housekeeping service, I can read tonight, went to his home by mistake. So he's going with the I'm going to go on a limb and just hope it was just they got the wrong address and came to my place and cleaned instead.
Unfortunately, unless it's a bad cleaning service, it's not necessarily how it happens. Because when I used to work security, I used to have to let people who were part of cleaning services in to clean houses. They have to call ahead of time.
So this person just broke in and
clean the fucking house, yeah.
Has he talked to his mother?
I was just going to say that it's his mother or his sister or something.
That would be the first thing that I did was I talked to my mother. Mom, did you come and clean my house? Knowing my mother, that is an actual possibility.
Like, Mom, did you come? Yes, I did.
My parents were here this weekend. It was really nice.
Which is also why I didn't get a video done.
Yes, because you were being a good Antoine and being helpful.
Did you make him Catwan be helpful?
I did not make him do anything. He did it on his own.
I was being a good roommate.
Honestly, he did it on his own. He just stepped in and started helping. It was nice. I was very happy.
Well, I'm glad you were happy.
I made you a cheesecake.
You did make a cheesecake. It's a delicious cheesecake, and it's going to be mine. No one else gets any.
I don't think he wants to share the cheesecake.
It was supposed to be a vanilla bean cheesecake, but I taste more of the citrus than anything, more of the orange taste.
It had orange zest in the chocolate cookie crust.
Nice.
Yeah.
And to be fair, you didn't really want to share the Girl Scout cookies.
This is true, but as of late, he hasn't been wanting to share anything I've made. Which I take as a compliment, but still.
See, look at all the people in the chat who are wanting cheesecake. I cannot let them have it.
Why not?
Why can't you share?
Good night, Ben. Thank you for the article. Ben. Thank you for the article about Casey Anthony.
Why can't you share?
Because it's mine.
Greedy.
Yes. Where was it?
I bet he also hides all his hoodies too.
Trey Lee wants to know, is wondering if the cleaning crew found the poop sock. I don't want to know what a poop sock is.
Ew.
That's gross.
No.
There is Scouts now where Boy Scouts lets girls in. But that's, my theory is their numbers are dwindling so badly that they started to we'll let girls in because that ups our numbers.
Cinder Shadow, you have not had good cheesecake then.
I make amazing cheesecake. I mean, there was the truffle cheesecake. There's this cheesecake. I make really great cheesecake. And Antoine will never argue that because he wants to continue eating the cheesecake.
Yes. Speaking of cheesecake, did you know it's National Cheese Day?
Did not.
National Cheese... There's a national day for everything.
It's National Cheese Day.
Alright. Since it's National Cheese Day, we'll go on to the next cheesy competitor. Ishtar, it's your turn.
Let's see. Godzilla grew 30 times faster than any organism on Earth. Here's why. If Godzilla were a real creature, his incredibly rapid growth spurt on the big screen would be off the charts, setting evolutionary records, a news report finds. When the dinosaur-like monster debuted on the silver screen in 1954, he stood a towering 164 feet tall. Now, 35 films later, the latest, Godzilla King of Monsters, which is awesome, go see it! The behemoth has more than doubled in size, currently reaching 393 feet. A new analysis of Godzilla's height even revealed that he has evolved 30 times faster than any real organism on Earth, the researchers wrote in the report. So what accounts for Godzilla's extreme growth? The researchers ruled out several ideas before landing on the existential dread experienced by humanity. Perhaps society's cultural anxiety has caused Godzilla to muscle up faster than an athlete on steroids, the researchers said.
Wait, anxiety? Anxiety caused him to turn into something that he is now.
Well, they're about to explain it, so shush. We think cultural anxiety could be the agent of change on this metaphorical movie monster, report lead researcher Nathaniel Dominy, a professor of anthropology at Dartmouth College in New Hampshire, told Live Science. Before landing on anxiety as an explanation, the researchers entertained but later dismissed other ideas. For instance, some movie buffs think that Godzilla is a ceratosaurid, a type of dinosaur that lived during the Jurassic period. But even those dinosaurs evolved to have huge body. Godzilla's growth spurt far outpaces theirs, the researchers said. The monster's growth is also far too rapid to come from genetic drift. That is, where certain gene variants in a small population are randomly lost, diminishing genetic diversity, the researchers said. Even natural selection, by which organisms with advantageous genes survive and then pass those genes on to their offspring, couldn't explain Godzilla's swift sprouting. Instead, a look at Godzilla's history explains his accelerated growth. The researchers claim that Godzilla was created in part because of nuclear age fears following the use of the first atomic and hydrogen bombs in the 1940s and 50s. That is true. And he was also a bad guy for the first two movies.
Yes, you only know that because I told you.
No, I actually know that because I read an article. In Godzilla's case, hydrogen bomb testing decimated his deep-sea ecosystem in the first movie, and Godzilla exacted his revenge by destroying Tokyo. To test the idea that anxiety fueled Godzilla's growth, the researchers used U.S. military spending as a proxy for the nation's collective anxiety. They found a strong correlation between this spending and Godzilla's body size from 1954 to 2019, which includes measurements from both Japanese and American movies. Granted, correlation does not imply causation.
Which tons of people need to figure that out on Twitter.
It's one of your favorite sayings, isn't it? And it is possible that another factor, such as people's appetite for big and scary monsters, drove movie makers to grow Godzilla to ensure box office success. It could also be the fact that the original Godzilla was a man in a rubber suit, and they only get so tall.
You can only do so much with false perspective.
Yep. But if anxiety could explain Godzilla's growth spurt, it's not difficult to see why people are so anxious, said Domini and co-researcher Ryan Kalsbeek, an associate professor of biological sciences at Dartmouth. Whether reacting to geopolitical instability, a perceived threat from terrorists, or simply fear of the other, many democracies are electing nationalist leaders, strengthening borders, and bolstering their military presence around the world, the researchers wrote in the report.
I want to point something out real quick. So, this image of Godzilla, or the multiple Godzillas, you see the line of them. They're all the same size. That's because it's the same man in every single fucking suit. He does not grow. Because he was fully grown when he was in the suit. It's not until he started getting to be CG that he got bigger.
Yeah. Moreover, climate change, which is expected to affect sea level rise, people's health and water and food security, can make anxiety top the charts, researchers said. Godzilla is this ever-useful metaphor for whatever kinds of existential threat we fear as a collective culture, whether it's nuclear bombs or climate change, Domini said. But there is hope, Domini noted. Godzilla's near invincibility almost always eventually leads humanity to the realization that they must work together to defeat it. Except, of course, when the creature becomes an unlikely ally, but that's another story, the researchers wrote in the report. Perhaps society can learn from the Godzilla movies that now is the time for cooperation. Across countries, disciplines, and party lines, the researchers wrote. It is our only hope of mitigating the dire existential threats we face today.
See, that does explain some things.
What?
Well, they want us to work together between party lines. See, Godzilla, the new Godzilla, is actually the existential crisis of the left-wing media going after smaller creators on YouTube and trying to take away their livelihoods.
What?
It's why Godzilla is so big.
Okay.
If you say so.
Did I lose you? I thought I explained it pretty well.
I think you lost the point.
I didn't lose the point. Godzilla in would represent the mainstream media.
Godzilla.
Now, the other monsters that he's fighting in the new movie represent all of the advertisers. You see, the mainstream media is trying to just kill off all of the advertisers and make sure that it doesn't help the smaller people, which would be the humans in this case, who are all the YouTube creators that are trying to make a livelihood out of YouTube.
Antoine developed a tinfoil hat just suddenly.
He did.
See, even Ray Stone knows. He has proof. If you look at a Japanese man in the movie, say Godzilla, his mouth actually does the movements for AOC. Thus, Godzilla is a Latino politician. No, I don't have a tinfoil hat on.
That we know of.
He has the tinfoil hat under the hood.
Shh.
I do not.
Hi. How are
Look.
you?
Look. What if Godzilla is actually just an evil spirit?
That
Did
is
you?
a little more likely, but not necessarily evil.
Well, there is someone who tried to get get rid of an evil spirit.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
He did.
How did that work out?
Well, he tried it in Walmart.
Walmart.
Florida man pours salt in Walmart to get rid of evil spirits around him.
Okay.
One may have done a little too much meth,
Or bath salts.
or both.
This is just a short one. Hudson, Florida. A man in Central Florida told deputies he poured salt on the floor of a Walmart store to get rid of the evil spirits around him. The Pasco Sheriff's Office arrested 38-year-old Damian Dean Cantrell. See, like I said, always 3 names.
Yep.
Early Sunday morning. A store manager told investigators a man poured salt on the floor and on his feet before walking into the woods near the store. The manager said he wanted the man charged with trespassing. A deputy found Cantrell laying under some trees in the woods, but still on Walmart property. He was arrested and taken to the Land O'Lakes Detention Center.
Okay.
Since that was so short, I'll do another one.
I don't think we asked for that.
Well,
But you can do it anyway.
no, Tom, there wasn't a black muscle car in the parking lot. He might have run into this next person. I mean, it was a Walmart, and usually all Walmarts are super Walmarts, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you can pick up veggies and veg and things like that at Walmart.
Yes.
Well, he might have met this man. Florida man arrested for hitting mom in head with corn cob.
For hitting her in the head with corn cob.
Yeah. If you're looking at the watch page, he doesn't seem too upset about it.
No, he actually looks like he's auditioning to be the Joker.
Yeah, he looks pretty happy about it. Zephyr Hills, Florida. A man in Pasco County, see, it's the same county, is behind bars after deputies said he hit his mother in the head with a corn cob. The incident reportedly happened at home in Zephyr Hills around 2 a.m. on Sunday. According to deputies, Cody Cummins, just ruined my theory, he only has 2 names, threw a corn cob at his mother, hitting her in the head. Deputies say the victim was hurt but did not have any physical injuries, according to an arrest report. Cummins reportedly left the scene but was located and arrested. He's charged with domestic battery on his mother with a corn cob. No word on what led up to the attack.
No, was there any word on whether there was butter and salt involved?
Well, they may have been trying to celebrate Thanksgiving early.
Or just, celebrating anything. I mean, it's corn on the cob.
It is summer.
It's
Corn on the cob.
delicious.
It is summer. Corn on the cob is a great thing to make on the grill.
It is. I've done it. It's delicious.
You should do it again
Should I? And when should I be doing this?
this weekend.
Well, you know what? I will only... We're going on to cringe next. I will only do it this weekend if you wear the bikini that Wren has an article about.
No.
Oh, you mean the fishnet bikini?
Yes.
Hell no. I haven't even seen it, and hell no.
Come on. It's covering things. Barely, but it covers them.
Absolutely goddamn no.
It's a bargain at £10. That's how much it costs, not how much it weighs. And it's neon yellow.
No.
Yes. Look, Ali, do you want to see Ishtar in this bikini? Mitzi, where are you? Answer the question as well. You know you want to see Ishtar in this bikini.
You can stop anytime now.
See, even Trey Lee says free the nipple.
No. I am not wearing the bikini.
Oh, Ray Stone. Is she? Check Twitter.
It's not. The picture is not loading for me.
Un momento.
See, Vin even wants to see you in the bikini.
No! Nobody wants to see this.
I do.
You're the only one who wants to see this.
No, I'm not. There are people in the chat that want to see it. Yaknameno says, what would be more decent? Pasties?
No. Not wearing it.
Alright, hold on. I'm going to check Twitter. And if this is good... God damn it.
Greystone, you're broken.
Why? Alright. Alright, Wren. See? Even Tom says, name the price already.
We'll talk after the stream.
And Damn Alien does want to point out that everyone would also enjoy seeing you not wearing it.
You guys are seeing me not wearing it.
I think they mean,
Oh, naked?
Yeah.
Nobody can afford those pictures.
Alright, Wren, let's go ahead and read this.
Okay, give me 1 second. As it was being weird for me for a second there. Let's reload it.
Well, Furry, you have an ally in Furry and Finley. Furry says that she won't read it, won't wear it for the reason it's yellow.
Well, there's that. That's definitely a reason, yeah.
It's what this article that came out in May, so it's like, so it doesn't mention it's May, but it's only May, but we've already been treated to a huge range of weird and wonderful swimwear trends. And the new Fishnet Bikini can be the most daring yet bold statement we know, and it leaves very little to the imagination. I saw it first. Green fishnet bra. It listed as a bra and brief set, which is a bargain at £10. Is guaranteed to be a head turning, but you'll have to be very brave to wear it. The material makes the whole thing rather see-through, and the high-rise bottoms add to the daring style. So, if you be very confident.
So, Ray Stone says he seriously considered asking Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, asking, "Yo, dog, can you spot me $1 billion for the bikini?"
A lot of people are liking it, though.
I don't know why.
I don't know. They're very confident in themselves. It doesn't. It's just a normal bikini. The problem, and it's not even a scantily clad bikini. The only thing that makes it risque is the fact that it's fishnet.
Yep, basically.
And I found their website. So let's search this. Here it is. Oh, it's on sale now, too.
On sale from £10.
It's 40% off.
Still too expensive.
Ray Stone says, Ishtar, think of all the stuff you can do with $1 billion.
Ray Stone, not a single damn person would pay $1 billion to see me in that dress, in that bikini. But I do appreciate that you think people would. You are currently my favorite viewer.
We already know people want to see it. They will ask.
Trey has a very good point. Trey Lee says 40% off on the price or the fabric.
Both.
Apparently, it was initially 20 pounds. They must have put up the price after the article because people were interested, and then they knocked it down back to 12 pounds. So technically, they upped the price in a way.
Ray Stone says Jeff Bezos just got into a messy divorce, baby. He's ready for some creepy perv stuff.
All right, yeah, true. I could probably do, some creepy pictures for a lot of money for a very rich guy. I could handle having a sugar daddy, I guess.
See, I don't make enough for that. Alright, let's move on to some science. You have 2 things for aliens left?
I do! Former head of Pentagon's... Oh. My goodness, Jeff. Or Vin.
Vin. $20 from Vin. I'll start at 20 to see.
To see what?
You in bikini.
Oh. I don't own a bikini.
Okay.
The former head of Pentagon's secret UFO program has some strange stories to tell. The former leader of the U.S. government's top secret UFO program has stories to tell, and he is sharing some of them for the first time in a new documentary. Intelligence officer Louis Elizondo.
Really, really quick, Vin. I want you to take a good look at Ishtar. Because the red that you see on her face is because of you.
Shut up.
She is blushing because you want to see her in a bikini.
Shut up.
Much like many other people. Me being one of them.
Shut up.
If I suddenly disappear from the stream, you all know why.
Intelligence officer Louis Elizondo served as the former director of the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, ATIP, an initiative launched in 2007 to study reports of UFO encounters. Elizondo departed the Pentagon in 2017. That year, he spoke with reporters at the New York Times, confirming the existence of the shadowy agency and describing its mission. Now, Elizondo is pulling back the curtain on his tenure with the ATIP, which he left because of a lackluster official response to the agency's findings and their unwillingness to address potential risks from UFOs, according to the news show Unidentified Inside America's UFO Investigation, which premieres May 31st on the History Channel.
Wait. Is this another advertisement? Is this another science? Is this another science article where you are basically advertising for A&E?
Yes.
Apparently. No, there isn't a big reveal that UFOs were alien spacecraft all along, but delving into long-hidden accounts of UFO investigations will hopefully encourage people and authorities to overcome long-standing stigmas and talk more openly about these mysterious aircraft, some of which may pose a bigger threat than we realize, Elizondo told Live Science. UFOs have perplexed and fascinated people for decades. They also pose a unique challenge to federal agents trying to determine if they represent a threat to national security. Before ATIP, the U.S. Air Force had launched Project Blue Book, which investigated more than 12,000 reported UFO sightings from 1952 to 1969.
Real quick, Trey Lee wants to know if we are ever going to start streaming on D Live. I will be looking into it more. I was going to start streaming when PewDiePie was going to be giving away the $10,000 per streamer. There was something they wouldn't let me sign up for some reason, but I'll be looking into it.
Anyway, during Elizondo's tenure at ATIP, observers reported UFOs flying at hypersonic speeds, more than 5 times the speed of sound. Yet there were none of the signatures that usually accompany aircraft flying at such fantastic speeds, such as sonic booms, he said.
All right, Ray, take your drink. There was the yawn.
The UFOs were also unexpectedly mobile, traveling so fast that they would have experienced gravitational forces, or G-forces, that far exceed the limits of endurance for both humans and aircraft. The F-16 Fighting Falcon aircraft, one of the most maneuverable in the U.S.'s arsenal, reaches its limit at around 16 to 18 Gs, while the human body can withstand about 9 Gs for a very short time before the person would start to black out, Elizondo said. These things that we were observing were pulling 400 to 500 Gs, he said. They don't have engines or even wings, and they are able to seemingly defy the natural effects of Earth's gravitational pull. Some of the UFO sightings reported to ATIP were eventually resolved as aerial drones or test firings of new types of missiles that were spotted from an unusual angle. But while many astonishing UFOs still defied explanation, there simply wasn't enough evidence to suggest they belonged to extraterrestrials, Elizondo added. However, another possibility is even more unsettling than the prospect of an alien invasion: that a foreign adversary had secretly developed technologies that are strategic game changers, unlike anything ever seen before, he said. Addressing the potential threat is a necessary step that government officials, even those that supported ATIP, don't take seriously enough, according to Elizondo. What's more, the entrenched secrecy shrouding official UFO investigations only reinforces the association of UFOs with tinfoil hats and ridiculous stories. We trust the American people to know that North Korea has nuclear warheads pointed at Los Angeles, yet we don't trust them with the knowledge that there's something in our skies and we don't know what it is? That seems counterproductive to me, Elizondo said.
Not saying it's aliens,
But
but
it's
it's aliens. So there's a small conversation going on in the chat. Mitzi says it's adorable when Ishi blushes. Ali says it's hot as fuck when Ishi blushes. Mitzi agrees. Says you're not wrong. Ali says, am I ever? Yes, Ali, all the time. And now Mitzi is picturing you in a bikini.
I found two on the side. I found two that I think would be perfect on you. They're inside chat.
Oh my god, no.
Oh, see now.
That style is just not flattering on anybody.
Alright, I'll bring up one. Oh, I think the first one would look cute on you.
See?
The second one, not so much. Polka dots are horrible. But that first one is cute.
Well, the polka dot one I thought would look cute with her red hair.
I am getting my hair redone on Saturday. I'm gonna get it back to red. I'm gonna be very happy about that.
Here, let's show the chat. Now you all know what Ishtar looks like. She's on camera. I'm gonna screen share her. All right.
Oh god.
So not the polka dots, but I do think something like this would look very cute on her. It's very 50s. And then the other one, which is also very 50s, very Betty Page, which, when Ishtar has her bright red hair again, is definitely going to be able to pull this one off, is also going to be very cute on her.
Okay, all right. I will make the chat a deal.
Oh, the blue and green one with the leaves on it would look cute too.
If somebody donates another $30, I will get one of those bathing bikinis and do a Betty Page-esque pose once my hair is red. Okay.
Chat. Chat. We're relying on you. Ace, donate $30. You just showed up. You don't need to know it. You don't need to know what it's for. Just donate $30.
How about this? Considering I'm in need of cigarettes. If you donate $90, both of us will do a Betty Page style shoot.
Absolutely. Holy crap. Ben.
Say no more.
Okay, Vin. I will get one ordered, and after my hair is re-dyed, I will do the shoot.
All hail Vin.
For $90, then Wren joins in the photo shoot.
Yes.
So basically, I think you would need what? Another $40?
Another $40.
Another $40. And
What?
Well, Ray Stone apparently is thinking of the wrong Ishtar. If you're
I'm hold on. I'm going over to Twitter.
well, I have it on screen.
Oh my god, Vin! Vin is getting all the lewds. Well, bikini lewds. Would that be classified as a lewd or just photos?
It would just be photo.
Okay, Vin is getting all the photos.
So Vin is apparently the hero of the chat tonight.
Yep.
Oh my. I just saw that.
What?
Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
We're holding on?
Close this. $30 from Ali Tora. Bikini pics.
They're happening.
Allie, thank you.
So, apparently we're getting Wren and Ishtar pinups.
Betty
Yes.
Page poses.
I am okay with pinups. I'm more than okay with Wren and Ishtar pinups.
You know you're gonna have to be taking the pictures for me.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know.
I don't think he's upset by this.
Yeah, not upset at all.
I think he's planning a more adult photo shoot that happens after.
Shush.
Oh, are you blushing?
No.
Vin,
What?
you have succeeded again in making Ishtar blush. Thank you very much, Ali. Thank you very much, Vin. You're going to be both making people very, very happy.
Well, I hope that I hope you guys are not disappointed.
I want to point out that what Ali says is true. As soon as you said you'd buy one, the chat started throwing money around.
Oh, wait. Do you think YouTube would let it? There's an idea. Because I have an American flag bikini top. Made for 4th of July special for our show. Me and Ishi in bikini tops for the show.
We can
Oh,
do
God.
that.
I'll think about it. We'll see what happens. I'm not promising anything.
Well, since we're shilling our bodies out, I might as well shill my channel a little bit before we get to Flawed Man. There is a join button down below. What that is it's pretty much just like the Twitch subscriptions. You get a special badge. Mitzi's been showing it off. Your name gets to be green, and you get a little special badge next to it. I get a decent portion of it. Also, if you want to become part of the army of Snarkness, or you want to have something going on Discord, or participate in the patron-only hangouts that I'm going to try and have happen monthly. My Patreon link is down below. Go ahead and join. It really does help the channel. It helps support the channel, helps keeping me doing these things for you guys, since you do enjoy the shows. And I really, 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 really enjoy entertaining you all, especially when I have such lovely co-hosts like Ishtar and Wren.
And Ishi, Ali and Vin are both saying yes in chat. Along with God Bless America.
See how well the bikini thing.
Antoine does not have a rebel flag banana hammock. because Antoine would never wear a rebel flag banana hammock. If I'm not going to wear jean Speedos, there's no way I'm going to be wearing a rebel flag Speedo. Alright. Let's get... Since we're talking... since we are talking about... I'm going to give you two the chance. Because both of these involve women.
Okay.
One of them involves blood. The other one involves a different form of bodily fluid.
How gross for the blood.
It's not graphic.
Are we talking fun like killy blood or bad, ew, what do you do with blood?
Well, killy blood, I guess you would say.
Okay, I go killy blood.
Killy blood.
I'm
Ishtar?
looking at bikinis.
Alright,
Yeah.
so you're distracted.
I am distracted.
No,
If you
it's...
really want to find something fun, since you like crochet stuff, there is a crochet type bikinis out there.
I know. Those just make me very nervous.
Florida man awarded $5.5 million over Halloween stripper party shooting.
What?
One more time?
Florida man awarded $5.5 million over Halloween stripper party shooting.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I heard you correctly.
A Florida man had the worst Halloween ever when he was shot during a Halloween party in 2011. But after suing over poor security, he can buy all of the trick-or-treat candy his heart desires. I don't think he's going to be buying candy. Unless that is her name. The man, who was never identified, luckily hired the powerhouse law firm Stanger, Green and Finer, who emerged victorious after being awarded $5.5 million by a jury following a 4-day trial last month. The lawsuit was against the landlord, tenant and company who threw the 2011 party and accused them of being negligent for not providing proper security measures. The party went down at a Miami Gardens strip mall and featured stripper poles and tons of fun before gunfire rang out and ended the party. The victim was struck by 2 bullets, but luckily survived. His lawyers, Michael Stanger and Michael Finer, explained the wounds were life-altering. Bullets shattered his elbow and more severely penetrated his spine.
Oof.
Poor man. The firm says the bullet remained in the plaintiff's spinal cord for 2 years until he underwent a risky surgery to have it successfully removed. However, he still suffers from many physical ailments as a result of his injuries, and he's $5.5 million richer.
Yeah. I can see
Oh,
that.
Ali!
What did Allie say?
Ali says, would you say that there was a panic at the disco?
Oh, for
Oh.
crying out loud.
So yeah, that's I mean, good on him. He's alive. He's also very rich, and he's got the bullet out of his spine. Can't argue with that. So,
Well, you can. You just wouldn't get anywhere.
Ishtar,
Huh?
your Twittersaurus is burning up. You know, I think she's at that point in, like, with Godzilla, King of the Monsters, where Godzilla is, it's near the climax. Spoilers, if anybody doesn't want to know.
Yeah, no, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I think she's turning that red.
That sucks.
I think
Is Allie all up and hot and bothered over the idea of 2 pinup photos of one of Ishii and one of me?
Yes, but also keeping in mind that Allie gets hot and bothered over breathing.
Yeah, but it's Mitzi who is the one that is all hot and bothered.
Yes, I know.
Mitzi's
Mitzi's a little more selective.
All right. Let's move on to cringe, shall we, Wren?
All right. How about we go to a woman who married a 300-year-old pirate ghost, needed an exorcism after the violent breakup.
I'm sorry,
Let's go
what?
with that.
What?
A woman who she married a 300-year-old pirate ghost, as you do, and she needed an exorcism as way of getting a divorce.
I have so many questions.
What? What's that a question?
Lots of things.
Like what?
One, how do you marry a 300-year-old ghost?
How does anybody marry a ghost?
Two, why did she
They're
think that would
insane.
work?
C, insanity.
A woman who claims she married the 300-year-old ghost of a pirate has told how he nearly killed her after she broke off the relationship. Amanda Teague was forced to undergo an exorcism after she says her former soulmate turned nasty and possessed her. In 2016, she claimed to have married a Haitian pirate named Jack, who died in the 1700s after being executed for thieving on the high seas. But she says her union left her hospitalized after claiming she discovered that her husband was not all he made himself out to be.
Oh,
He's a
who knew?
ghost!
Who fucking knew that a ghost pirate, Haitian pirate. Oh, by the way, I want to point out the name of the pirate. Let's not. Who the fuck has ever heard of a Haitian pirate named Jack? Who would have thought a pirate wouldn't treat you gently? Wouldn't love you long time?
Just so you know, pirates often ran across many multiple cultures and often took new names to escape the law, usually whatever would blend in.
No, do not justify this.
Just letting you know.
Did you just give it a history factor? The 47-year-old who previously worked as a Captain Jack Sparrow impersonator is now warning people about casually dabbling in spirituality. She said,
"Oh shit!"
After 2 weeks of marriage, I started to get health problems.
So hold on. So she was a Captain Jack Sparrow impersonator,
Correct.
and she just. Good God! I wasn't expecting that picture. So,
Yeah, that's
so
pretty horrible.
she just happened to find a 300-year-old Haitian pirate ghost named Jack after being a Jack Sparrow impersonator. Damn, she's actually really good. Holy shit.
Yes.
I'm waiting for it to. Yeah, she's really good.
Quote, I started to get reoccurring perennial abscesses,
Perennial.
abscesses, and was suffering from psoriasis, whatever. About 4 or 5 months in, when things started going really going downhill, I went back to some of the people that had communicated with Jack. I know the symptoms of possession, and part of it is ill health. So I was concerned that it had to do with our relationship because of the timeline. But I was assured he was a lovely spirit who wouldn't harm me. But after her dog Toby died, Amanda said she spotted a major red flag in their relationship. I knew his passing was imminent, and I asked Jack to keep him until it was my time so we'd all be together. But Toby wouldn't go to Jack. He was incredibly aggressive and wouldn't go near him. In the end, he had to go to my mother because he just didn't want to be near him.
Always listen to the animals. If your animals don't like the person that you're with, pay attention.
But even ghost animals?
Even then, animals have a sixth sense.
Ray Stone has a question for you, Wren. Was this a ghost of a pirate or a ghost that chose piracy after dying?
I don't know. I do not know. All I know is this woman claims she was married to a pirate ghost.
Yaknameno says, methinks there are issues other than marriage. And then Trey Lee says, see, that guy from Walmart with the salt was just trying to help this woman from a distance.
Yes, he was. We're trying to avoid her. And he was like, I sense crazy. Salt. Salt. Yeah. But Amanda of Downpatrick, North Ireland, says that whilst the couple moved on from the incident, her health began to get worse. I was getting abscesses reoccurring all the time after Jack and I would have any sexual relationship.
Question.
Yes?
How?
Vibrator.
Did he possess the vibrator?
Maybe.
It just randomly goes bzz, 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 bzz.
He's typing out Morse code. Yes. Do you like that, baby? She has to be able to tell from the inside.
Yes. It was something that was at the back of my mind. I never had these before I was with Jack. The 47-year-old even cut off sex with her ghost in order to see if that helped.
Yes.
Once
She went on a hashtag sex strike.
With the ghost.
With a ghost husband.
Once I stopped having sexual contact with Jack, the abscesses started to improve. I'd say that was literally the best 3 weeks I'd had since we got married.
Wait. He's given her ghost herpes. Sorry, go on.
So anyways, one night, a friend of mine got married to her spiritual partner, so a friend of hers married a ghost, and Jack and I ended up being intimate. The very next day, the abscesses were back with a vengeance. So then I started to get really concerned.
Wait, she has another lonely friend that got married to another ghost?
Yes.
Where do these people find each other on the internet? I feel dirty.
Ray Stone says, aye, matey, I can't find your G spot.
Oh.
That's alright. Clever McGeneric Name said, I have an old mill I need to keep the meddling kids out of. How do I get a hold of this ghost pirate?
Oh, there's Ray Stone again. You'd think pirates would be terrible lovers. They know that X marks the spot, not G marks the spot.
Oh.
Vin tops that by saying, gave her a bad case of crabs.
Have you seen the Twitters with Ray Stone?
Oh, no.
Now what?
I'm afraid.
Ah!
God damn it, Ray!
That's just horrible.
I mean, I would love to have his abs.
I would lick those.
Like I said, I would love to have the abs.
Yeah.
But I do not.
Oof. Wow.
In May last year, Amanda was whisked off to the hospital for surgery after developing sepsis. I almost died, and I was in the hospital for a week. I had to take my wedding ring off when I went into surgery. That must have cut the energy link between us because I felt totally different after the operation. I reconnected with my own spiritual team, and I saw the pattern about my health. I really saw alarm bells. He had obviously been blocking communication with my spiritual team. So I could see very, very clearly that he had been stealing my energy.
Raystone says, I'm laughing so hard my wife is questioning me. Now I have to explain what a banana hammock is. Good luck, my friend. Good luck.
Following the surgery, doctors warned Amanda she might need a colostomy bag due to her ill health. But Amanda sought help from a former close friend who had warned her against the spiritual union. She said, I had one person who turned around to me and said what he thought I was doing was dangerous.
No shit.
I had a big row with him, but I picked up the phone and told him I thought he was right. The pal warned Amanda that she could have been possessed by Jack and that she should talk to him about it. But when she confronted him, she claims he threatened to kill her if she attempted to break off their spiritual union.
No, not a ghost pirate. A ghost pirate wouldn't be that evil. They only robbed and pillaged and murdered and raped and did everything against the law. All pirates were like Captain Jack Sparrow, didn't you know that?
Yeah.
You can tell I'm telling the truth because of my enthusiasm behind my words.
Yeah. That if I tried to have an exorcism to get rid of him, he was going to kill me. It was terrifying seeing a complete different side to the lovely spirit I'd seen before. But I knew in my heart that if I didn't get rid of him, my health was getting so bad that I was probably going to die anyway. Incredibly, following the exorcism in December, Amanda says her health drastically improved. Previously, I had an MRI scan in November, which showed my bowel was perforated. That's something that doesn't heal without surgery. So I had the exorcism, and incredibly, it healed up.
Amazing.
Clever Mick Generic Name has a good question. Has she moved on to a ghost biker now?
I don't know.
She apparently likes the bad boy ghost types.
And then Tom Leach wants to know if it's a ghost pirate or a pirate ghost, because not all ghosts practice piracy.
This is true. I went to the hospital recently, and the junior doctor called in a consultant because she was like, I've never seen this before. If I hadn't gotten the exorcism done, I think I'd definitely be going around with a colostomy bag. Now Amanda has written a book about her experience.
Of course she has.
Sworn off all spiritual work. She added, I quit it all because I'm terrified. The book, A New Attitude, can be purchased from Amazon.
Oh, thank God Ben C left. Tom Leach says that ghost was all up in her guts.
Hey, Wren.
Yeah.
You're going to pass it on to Ben, right?
Oh, yes.
Why would you?
Because we enjoy your suffering and we have yet to get any Pooftwan tonight.
You got it at the beginning.
It was minimal.
It was too minimal.
Raystone says
more.
Raystone says maybe she got hepatitis C, as in SEA. God, see, damn alien just said how much I'd want to read this.
I'm gonna send it to Ben.
You know, at this rate, we're gonna have books lined up for you for the rest of the year.
Yes, I know. God damn it.
I sent it to Ben.
Why? God damn it.
Because we like to see you suffer.
And how much would it be for you to read that book? Because mind you, that book costs, well, if you have a Kindle, it's $2.
Think about that. We will discuss it again on the next MSNBC.
What is your just lowball pricing?
Lowball pricing? How
Or,
long? How many words is the book?
Well, the book is here.
It's
Here's
a word.
There's the book.
83 pages.
Yes.
$10 a page.
No.
No, you cannot make it that high. Okay, if we go 10 cents a page.
10
That's a
10
little
cents
steep,
a
Wren.
page?
True, 83 pages.
83 pages.
That would be
It's only
$8.30.
True.
Let's.
$5 a page.
That's still 400 some odd dollars. No.
Why not?
How
Be
about,
reasonable.
I am being reasonable. You're not the one reading it.
how about $2 a page? That's like 167.
Tom Leach says make it 45. That's how much we got for the photo shoots.
No, because they're not the one reading it.
We're the ones taking sexy photos.
Yes, and you're getting paid for your sexy photos.
That's true. Let's make it $1 a page.
I'm not reading that book for $83.
How about $100 even? Let's round up.
You do understand I have to get through 50 Shades of Grey.
Well, it will give people plenty of time to think about whether or not they wish to invest.
Fine. No. You want a lowball price, $200. I will read that
No.
book. No, I'm reading it. I get to make the price.
Too expensive.
That means they're not going to buy it.
Ishy. I have an idea.
What?
$100, and you don't have to read it. If someone pays it, you get out of having to read 50 Shades of Grey.
I can't. I've owed Unwanted
Somebody else.
Reaper that book for over a year.
Yeah, he's still
And
hanging out.
he has been very patient in me reading it.
You know what, chat? Put in your suggestions as to how much Antoine should read that book for in the Discord, and we will and we will come up with a price and let you know next stream.
Thank you for adding in my torture.
You're welcome.
All right,
You're welcome.
let's read some science.
Vin is offering $125.5.
If Vin puts that in the Streamlabs, maybe?
It would be, if I'm reading it, it would have to be after 50 Shades of Grey. So if they're buying this is something that's not going to happen for a while. That's what they have to understand.
Yeah. There are other books lined up.
So if you
So think about it. Make your and think about it, but
it is not
you would accept the 125.
150.
150. All right, 150. You guys think about it. No rush, because this is going to take a while for him to get to it. And on that note, you know what time it is?
It's my dignity and acceptable bid.
Your
it is
dignity long gone.
It is either time for your last science article, or I'm going to read the next Florida Man story.
I don't know. Do you want to read about space aliens breeding with humans, according to a university instructor, despite the fact that scientists say otherwise?
That's up to you. Good night, Dally.
How long is this?
Good night, Allie.
It's not bad. Maybe you've never seen any space aliens, but recent polls indicate that up to 6% of Americans claim to have been abducted by them. The experience doesn't sound pleasant. The extraterrestrials are often said to take their captives to their saucers, lay them out on a table, and extract sperm from the men and impregnate the women. If you're familiar with UFO lore, you know there are a couple of common explanations for these breeding experiences. One is that the aliens are in a reproductive bind on their homeworld. They can no longer successfully procreate and have come to Earth to use humans as incubators to spawn alien offspring. The other is that the aliens are producing hybrid beings that will somehow help them take over our planet. Scientists, of course, are dubious of such claims. Surprise. After all, there's never been any good evidence that the abductions are taking place. No one ever seems to bring along a cell phone to take photos or to pocket an artifact from the saucers. But an instructor at the University of Oxford in England believes the abductions are real. Younghae Chi, who teaches Korean at the university, also claims to know what the aliens have in mind. In lectures given at the university, he says they're creating alien human hybrids as a hedge against climate change. To support his unorthodox theory, Chi notes that for several decades, the number of reported alien abductions has risen. He bases the statement on the work of David Jacobs, a retired Temple University historian who has published several books on ufology and who runs the International Center for Abduction Research.
Vin says, and I quote Bubba J's voice, "They took me in their spaceship and stuck something up my butt. And not in the good way."
Jeff Dunham is hilarious.
Wait, we can vote. Do you think extraterrestrial beings could be living among us? That's absurd. There's no way this kind of thing could escape our notice. So yes, it's definitely a possibility. What should I choose?
I have no idea.
Believe it or not many people thought it was a possibility.
Jacobs has interviewed more than 1,000 people who claim to have been abducted, using hypnotic regression that apparently allows them to recall their unearthly encounters with aliens. Mind you, this too is controversial, and Jacobs himself admits that people should be skeptical of these recollections. Chi takes the claims at face value and links the growing number of abductees cataloged by Jacobs to the increase in atmospheric greenhouse gases. He doesn't imply a cause and effect. Rather, the abduction experiment is not responsible for global warming. It's a reaction to it. The extraterrestrials are producing hybrids that can better withstand the rigors of a toastier planet. By producing a new model of Homo sapiens, this project would eliminate the need for difficult climate accords or elaborate geoengineering projects. It would also help the aliens themselves, who are said to be living amongst us, by preserving the part of their DNA that's carried by the temperature-tolerant hybrids. Of course, human-alien hybrids, no matter how well adapted to a warmer world, don't address the crux of the climate change problem. Even unimproved humans can handle hotter temperatures. After all, they already live in a plethora of steamy environments, including the Congo, Amazonia, and downtown Tucson. Rising sea levels could be dealt with too by building dikes along the seaboards and writing off Miami Beach.
Hey, look, you can't actually build a dike. They just kind of wander around all on their own.
True. Wait, no, wrong kind of dikes.
Wrong one.
Oh.
With an I, not a Y.
Oh. Well, yeah, I guess you could build those.
Uh-huh. But it's the other inhabitants of the planet that are problematic. Crops and critters that will either migrate towards the poles or disappear altogether. These, after all, are essential to both our environment and our food supply. Does the Oxford instructor presume that these other earthly residents are...
There you go, Ray. Take another drink.
Does the Oxford instructor presume that these other earthly residents are also being re-engineered by aliens? In addition, Chi's arguments rests on the fact that two things have simultaneously increased in the past several decades: the number of reported abductions and the concentration of atmospheric carbon dioxide. Of course, many other things have risen during this time, too, including the price of bacon and the number of TV channels. It's a big jump from a coincidence in timing to an alien project to produce a climate-resistant species.
Damn Alien says in regards to the dikes, you can use fingers to plug holes in them, though.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, this weird theory will be vindicated or vanquished by observation. She says the reasons we don't see the aliens is that they are largely unrecognizable. The first-generation hybrids still have physical features distinctive to aliens, he told NBC News Mock in an email. But from the second generation, they have almost indistinguishable bodily features from the humans, although they may still carry at least 1/4 of alien genes. The inability to discern anything odd about the appearance of the hybrids is both convenient and unconvincing. They live among us, but we don't notice. And meanwhile, the concentration of atmospheric carbon dioxide continues to climb. It seems unlikely that humanity will ultimately find the solution less threatening thanks to an alien rebuild. But still, you might want to check your 23andMe results. Maybe you're already a hybrid.
I'm not a hybrid.
No, you're also not human.
See, that's how I know I'm not a hybrid.
Yep.
Alright. So, my story's not that long. And I don't think Wren's last story is not that long.
Nope.
So, we're still going to do these. And then we'll end after that. So,
Okay.
you do understand how you get hybrids, though, right?
You breed two things or you buy one.
Well, I mean... oh, God. That was horrible. And anyway... most of the time,
love that it took you time to stop.
Most of the time, you need some form of gender fluid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, this Florida man has it down. Florida man says women at gym liked it when he masturbated.
How does he know that?
Don't know. But Titusville, Florida, a Florida man was arrested on Tuesday, June 4th, 2019, for allegedly masturbating in public while watching a woman work out at a gym in Titusville, Florida. According to Titusville police, 55-year-old Arthur L. Disbro was masturbating while sitting on a block and staring at a woman working out around 5:15 a.m. Disbro allegedly told police that he was smoking crack while using a vibrator on himself when he noticed the woman.
That's a combination.
He definitely looks like he's all about the crack.
Mm-hmm.
The Florida man stated to police that he thought she was freaky and that she liked it and liked to watch. Disbro added that he watched the woman before on May 9th, 2019. He was charged with possession of a crack pipe, exposure of sexual organs, and stalking, which are all first-degree misdemeanors. The Florida man was booked into the Brevard County Jail under a $5,000 bond. See, he just wanted to share some of his gender fluid with her.
No. Just no.
Well, I mean, Wren, if she was wearing this when she was working out, can you blame him?
Yes.
Yeah, you can still blame him.
Well, I mean...
Still creepy.
But if she was wearing workout gear that looked like a condom, it would get him thinking.
Oh, yes, this is true. This is what ASOS is selling for 250 pounds.
Math woman, how much is that in American?
Just a moment. So we are going.
Yaklameno says getting a workout while watching a woman work out in Titus and smoking crack. Was this man multitasking or trying to fill all the slots in Florida Man Bingo?
Yes, he was. But yes.
$317.68.
There you go, $317.68 for this.
This dress is made of latex, is completely see-through.
So it's a bondage dress.
Sort of.
But yeah, social media kind of figured out what it looks like.
Yeah, condom. There you
It
go.
would not be a terrible looking dress if, it wasn't see-through. Or latex.
Damn Alien asked, does it have a reservoir cap that goes with it?
No, it does not. If it did, that'd make it worse. But yes, that is the condom dress. One of the many things that it's like, why profession?
Last week, people were completely shocked after seeing Pretty Little Thing's 23-pound transparent miniskirt. I'm clicking the link.
Of course you are.
Of course I am. I'm closing Cityscape just in case this is not safe for work.
If it's in an article, 9 times out of 10 they show the models of something.
Oh, this is horrifying.
Show it then.
It's not. God. And the model they got was not the best model.
To show it.
I am. This is. Why would someone wear this? It's Saran wrap.
That is hideous.
Because they want to feel edgy.
Oh, there you go. See, Saran wrap. Woman is about the same weight. All right. Well, I think that's it for us, ladies. It's about that time.
I think it's about bedtime for some of us. She seems tired.
Yes.
It's Antoine's fault.
So, we have learned that fashion is just going downhill. Florida Man is just going downhill. But one of them got a $5 million settlement from being shot twice at a Halloween party. We learned that aliens want to do nothing but have sex with us. We also learned that the sport in the road to El Dorado was played wrong, and basically that the Aztecs did not kill the losers, which makes the sport seem so much more boring. But it also makes a Raiders game that much more fascinating, because they actually do kill the losers. That's why the Raiders always suck. It's always a brand new team. All in all, this week has been very interesting. And I hope you all will join us next time. Because this is MSNBC, my snarky news broadcasting channel. My name, of course, is Antoine the Great, and I've been joined by my amazingly gorgeous co-hosts that you all lovely people paid to see in a bikini, which is Wren from Wren Relations and Shitlords Anonymous.
Bye, guys.
As well as Ishtar from her own Twitch chat, as well as playing Sarah here when we do decide to do Army of Snarkness on Help for the Guildless.
Good night, guys.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And remember, it's never news if you're wearing pants. Have a good night, everyone.